and gentlemen,
I've only gone and done it.
so what's up everyone, it's that blue Abarth here and welcome back to the channel and another video, and well, a very exciting video at that, because today, as you've seen from the intro, I'm going to be presenting to you my brand new Bowler B1s, and honestly, I cannot believe it. It's been a decision that I've been making for, well, almost a year, maybe even more than that, and now I finally decided to pull the trigger and buy some new wheels. And well, today I'm going to be showing you the brand new wheels, how they look like on the car, talking about the installation process and a few other things as well. And we're not going to waste any time, guys. We're going to get straight into it because I really want to show you these brand new wheels. So let's get into it.
You'll also notice that today the tripod is back, and I'm really happy about that as well. It went missing for about, well, a few weeks, and I just didn't know where it was at all. It just vanished, disappeared, nowhere to be seen. But thankfully, it is back, and now I can record some videos using the tripod once again, which is fantastic. No more shaky hands on the phone, so I think you guys will be happy about that. Now, straight into the brand new wheels. Now, I picked these up off Facebook Marketplace for pretty much a steal, an absolute bargain, and I can't believe that I picked these up at the price that they were. Now, I sort of got these as a package deal because within this deal I got everything I needed to install them on the car. Spigots, spacers, bolts, lockers, everything you would have needed came in this deal. So I was very, very pleased with that because nothing was missed out and I didn't have to purchase anything to get the wheels on the car. I was able to buy and install the wheels the same day. Now, before I go any further, of course, I've got to give credit and a massive thank you and shout out to the legend himself, my dad, because without him, this wouldn't have been possible. He was scouring Facebook Marketplace, found these wheels, and we went to go pick them up. And of course, he helped me put these wheels on the car. So he's a massive legend, and just a massive thank you to him for helping me out with these wheels. And I can't believe it. We've got Bowlers on the car. I mean, what do you guys think? I do absolutely love them. So how about we get a bit closer and let's just quickly talk about the installation process and how we got these on the car. Right then, let's talk about the installation process. Now, it's pretty much standard, just like installing wheels on any car really, but there's a few extras involved just to make it work on this car. Now, as you guys know, the PCD for an Abarth is 4x98, which kind of limits you really on wheels because there's not that many wheels out there with that PCD. So trying to find any custom wheels or just anything at all is very, very difficult. Hence why it took me absolutely ages to get wheels for this car. I mean, hey, the wheels I had on before were absolutely fine. They were fantastic. And if you're wondering what I did with the original wheels, I'll just insert this clip. So with the new wheels on the car, we decided to get the original ones back into the back garden for one last clean, and we thought we'd freshen them up a bit, you know, give them a bit of matte black spray paint just to make them look really nice once again, because hey, I mean, with the new wheels on the car, I didn't want to just leave the old wheels all, you know, dirty and, you know, with a few marks in them. So we thought we'd just give them one last coat, and here is the results. They're looking very nice once again. In terms of the marks thing, it was just, you know, the paint coming off a little bit, so we thought we'd just give them another flash, and they look very nice indeed. And here are the front wheels, and as you can see, this is before. We did give them a little wash, you know, just to make them all clean again, but we have decided to paint them as well. So this is after, with the fresh layer of matte black spray paint on them. They look very, very nice indeed. But I imagine you guys probably have heard me say before that the original wheels were a nightmare in terms of maintaining them and keeping them clean. I mean, you just couldn't do it. They were just always orange. You give them a proper detail and wash, 10 minutes later they're back to how they were before, you know, with all the brake dust. So it was a bit of a shame, but 2 years, these wheels have done me very, very well, and I've loved them. They've been fantastic. But hey, I mean, the brand new wheels are just amazing. So I had a very good time with these wheels, and we thought, why not just give them one last clean and then store them away. We're also going to do the other wheel as well, and then we're going to get the rear wheels down as well and do those too. So all 4 wheels are going to get fresh paint, cleaned and everything, and then we'll store them away. So at least with them being stored away, they'll be all fresh and clean, because hey, why not, right? One last final time. So yeah, I guess I'll cut back to the original video that you'll be watching there we are. There's the original wheels. At least they'll be clean one last time. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The original wheels are safe and sound. I still have them. The legend himself, my dad, and I decided to give them one last clean and a fresh coat of matte black before we put them into storage. And now we have the boulders on the car. So let's quickly talk about the process. Of course, we decided to jack the car up and get the original wheels off. And before we actually put the boulders on, I gave them a deep clean. I got a Brillo pad, bucket with soapy water and all that good stuff, teacup, and decided to give them a proper clean before they went on the car. And I'm really glad I did that because it just looked even better in the final results. And honestly, they came out really well. Now I have put some more polish and wax on and stuff like that, and I've also applied something really awesome that I'm going to make a video about soon. So a new cleaning series video in the works for you guys. Stay tuned for that, because this product is pretty amazing. Now, of course, when they were all cleaned, we decided to get them on. It was a bit of a hassle to get them on the car and all that, but in terms of fitting them, well, like a glove. Honestly, they were fantastic to fit. I mean, we just had to lift them up, line them up, and get them on, put the bolts on the locker in, and there we go. The wheel was all well and secure. Now, of course, like I said, we do have spacers on the car and spigots as well, but these are 4x100, which is absolutely fine. As long as you have the spacers and the spigots, you're all good to run them. And we were really lucky to actually have all of this included in the deal. I'm really happy we did, because then it means I didn't have to purchase anything extra to get them on the car. Plus, I mean, spacers are like 80 quid, plus the spigots as well. It was really, really lucky to get them on the same day. So I'm really happy about that. But having spacers, it's a win-win situation, because not only does it mean nothing will rub or chew against the discs or anything like that, it also means you get a wider, more aggressive stance, which I will be showing you guys in a bit, because it looks insane, redonkulous. But it's a win-win, so it's fantastic. Make sure you do have the spacers and all that before you do the job, because it's just a peace of mind and reassures you that everything's going to be a-okay. Not to mention that we currently aren't running locator bolts on the front of the car because, well, they were a bit of a nightmare to work with. So we do have locator bolts at the back, which actually were included with the deal. So the rear wheels are secure. It was mainly because it was causing a bit of hassle when getting the rear ones on, because the disc was spinning, even with the handbrake on and in gear. It was just a bit of a nightmare to get it all aligned. So there are rear ones on. None on the front currently, but we will be putting some on in the future. But in terms of running them without, it's absolutely fine, no issues at all. So if you want to do that, that's fine, but if you want to install them too, then all good. And we've also put something on the car that's made it look even better. Now, you guys have probably noticed that there are no yellow calipers. Where have they gone? Well, the legend himself decided to put some gloss black on them, and oh boy, I've got to admit, I'm really glad he did, because it just looks so good. I mean, now that we do have wider spokes and a bit of a wider gap between them, it means that you can see more of the disc and the caliper. And with it being yellow, it was a bit too shouty, plus you could never clean the caliper. So we decided to give it a fresh coat of gloss black, and wow, it really does look good. So again, big thanks to the legend himself for that. He did that while I was cleaning the wheels, and honestly, it was a tag team. It was a bit of a teamwork job, and in the end, it was so worth it. We decided to take our time as well, enjoy the job, make sure everything was all good and correct while doing so, and in the end, like I said, definitely worth it. And well, as you can see now, they look fantastic. We also got tyres included in the deal as well, which, oh man, it was just amazing. We got 3 Falcon XNs, which are really good tyres, and a Hankook Ventus on the rear as well. So all in all, a great set of tyres. Now, I will be running these for the future, so I've got to admit, I'm really happy with the ones I got. Now, I still have my P0s on my original wheels, so I could swap them over if I wanted to, but for now, I'm fine with running these because they are really, really good. The car rides nicer as well, which I will talk about later on in the video, but I think that is everything to talk about in terms of the installation process. So how about we get to the front and take a 360 around the car. So I've just taken the camera off the tripod, so then we can do a bit of a 360 around the car to see what the wheels look like. And how about we get started and take a walk around the car? I mean, just take a look at that. They look absolutely fan-dabby-doozy. Now, I have cleaned them, and like I said, put wax on and all that, so they will stay cleaner for a little bit longer. And honestly, cleaning these wheels is so much easier than the original ones. You can actually get into the spokes and behind them, into the barrel as well. it makes life so much easier with some bowlers. Because honestly, I think you guys can remember the original wheels. They were so spokey and you just couldn't get your hand in them. So cleaning them, I was happy with how they turned out, but there was always some dust and dirt left over. So you can never get them 100%. You couldn't get a brush in them or anything. You just had to try and get your hand in there and negotiate the spokes. But honestly, I am so much happier with these ones because you can actually get them clean and I can actually work with it now. Because you guys will probably remember that I did have a matte black paint on the original wheels, so I couldn't really do anything with them, otherwise it'll take the paint off. But with this being the stock original gloss black paint on these bowlers, I can actually clean them properly. It's so much nicer to work with. And how about we just quickly take a bit of a gander from the rear here. Look at that stance. Man, they look so good from any angle and I'm just really happy with them. I love them. I haven't been able to take the smile off my face for days now. I'm just so ecstatic about them. And of course, with the current condition of the car, with the paint being so glossy, it just really works with the wheels. And like I said, the fitment is mad. I mean, take a look from the side here at the rear. They stick out a bit more and just fill in the arches too. It's just so much better. If we take a look from the rear as well, look at that aggressive stance. Oh, I really do love it. Now I will be putting the camera back on the tripod and getting a bit closer to the fitment so you can see it without my hands shaking, because I am trying to make sure the camera stays stable for you guys. But look at that. What an amazing setup to have. I mean, bowlers, they just work on an Abarth. And I've got to admit, my friend, he knew what he was doing when it came to putting ones on his. I mean, the white on white looks fantastic, but blue on black is actually a really nice contrast as well. Now, in the future, I will be planning to maybe put a few more black pieces on the car so it blacks it out a little bit more and makes it, contrast a bit better. But for now, even with the chrome, it still looks really nice. I'm really happy with how it looks. So I'll just quickly get you back on the tripod there and we'll get round to the front to discuss the fitment and how it handles. So let's chat about the fitment. Now, of course, with having spacers on, it will bring the wheel out a little bit more, but it's a win-win situation because you get a more aggressive stance and it just fills in the arches a bit more. So what's not to love? Now, in terms of legality, I believe they're completely fine because they don't protrude from the arches. They just stick out a little bit more and they're perfectly in line with them. So it's all good. And of course, like I said, you get that awesome stance. And well, as you can see from here, it's perfectly in line and it just makes it look so much better. There'll be clips over me talking as well, going a little bit closer to the fitment so you can see it a bit better, but I really do love it. I just think it looks fantastic and it gives the car what it's needed all along. And I'm so happy with how they have come out. I mean, the stance, the wheels themselves, how they look on the car, it's just a match made in heaven. It honestly is. And it's the biggest, probably one of the best things I've done to this car. It's one of the biggest impact mods anyway. Or does that make sense?
Bruh.
That probably doesn't make sense, but it makes the most impact. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a mod that brings real character, spice, flavor to the car, and you guys just have to do it. I think it's one of the best mods to do for a car because it just makes it so much different than it was before. Honestly, the transformation between the original wheels and these ones is just insane. Now, there's only one more thing to talk about, and that is how it's affected the car. Because of course, putting spacers on, changing the fitment and the wheels will change the characteristics and behavior of the car whilst driving. Now, I must admit, it has made it so much more playful. There's so much character to this car now with the new wheels on. Going through corners and just accelerating feels so much different, and you can really feel that new width on the front and the back. It's really insane. I didn't think it would change it that much, but it really has. It's just such a little go-kart now. I mean, it was really nice and awesome before, but so much better now. So if you're thinking of getting something to change the handling, then well, of course, exhaust, suspension, and all that will do, but wider wheels and better tyres will definitely make a difference. And I've got to admit, with these new tyres on, it's really good. I mean, it's a smoother ride as well, I've noticed. Of course, with the wider fitment and all that, and with these really good tyres, it offers a smoother, nicer ride. I mean, It's still a little bit bumpy in places, but it's just so much nicer now. It's like it's got comfort suspension on it. It's just a lot better than it was before, because hey, I mean, with the original wheels on and all that, it was just bump, 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 bump. But now, it's a lot smoother. I can sit back and just enjoy the ride without having my spine destroyed by each pothole and bump in the road. So that's great. Definitely a win-win situation. Better handling, smoother ride. It's just great overall. And of course, you can find wheels for cheap anywhere. I mean, you could buy them brand new, or you can find them on Facebook Marketplace like I did. I mean, either way, it's always going to make a massive difference. And I just love how they've changed the car aesthetically and the handling as well. And I think that is pretty much it, guys, in terms of talking about everything for these wheels. How about just a quick cheeky montage to end us off, and then we'll do the outro. Let's get to it. And there we go, people. That is everything to do with my brand new wheels for the Abarth. I really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, this has been one of the craziest additions to the car. Because, I mean, just look at it. It looks absolutely mental. We have gone full Cadwell spec now. And, well, there's only one way to go. And that's up from here. So I don't know what we're going to do next. I have a few little plans in mind, but we'll have to see what happens. You'll have to stay tuned to see if anything else gets added to the Abarth. But for now, that is everything. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm absolutely ecstatic with how they look. And hey, if you ever see me in person, just know you're going to get some bowler action on the Abarth. But if you would like to see any more content at all, whether it be new additions for the Abarth, Cadwell videos, mods, car reviews, anything at all, then you guys know what to do. Hit that bell, like, comment and subscribe, because it's always appreciated. And well, I'll see you in the future, guys. Have a good one.